Is that supposed to be playing with sound?
Mm, I'm not sure.
Excuse the sound. It happens. But I don't know.
What's good, man? We live.
We live, man.
They got to watch it. They got to watch a visual introduction,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they could have put any music over there they wanted, like Sexy Red or something.
Not sexy.
I'm
Red.
downtown, down in the ground. Listen, man, we back in this thing, man. Caneville, man, got X, Betty, Kyle. We finna jump into this recap um, about a game. Talk about what we saw, what we liked, what we didn't like, all of that stuff. And we're gonna talk about the game. We're not gonna get into, oh man, but it's just Miami of Ohio. How could you tell? Man, all that. You know what I'm saying? As football was being played, you can see execution. There's a lot of things you can see and take from a game like this. And we're gonna jump into all of that. So in the comment section, man, y'all let us know what y'all thoughts, and we can follow along and read. We can follow along and read and see some of y'all thoughts. What did y'all think of the game? Was you happy? Did you want to see more AJ run the ball? Was it too many carries being handed out? You wanted them to go deep? Let us know in the comment section, man, and we'll use some of y'all comments. But we're gonna get into the recap of the game. Medi, how many times you don't watch the game by now, dog?
6, almost 7.
What? The quick, the little full recap or the highlights?
No, shout out to it's a guy on YouTube. He uploads the halves of them pretty quickly. I don't know. It's obviously copyright, so I ain't gonna say his name, but he'll upload the first and second half in 2 separate videos, and then I'll start with the recaps. Not the recaps, with the highlight clips, and then the condensed view. And I'm just trying to figure out, pull stuff out so we get that good content. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sean Rounds by the way, man. You already know, you say Sean Rounds' name 3 times, pop up, pay your mortgage off. So
oh yeah, we need to get that.
Everybody say drop the cash out something so you can donate, man.
We try to get him super silver around here.
I don't even know if we're set up. It's new Sean Round. So the villains are still on Footballville, and that's where the information is still going. I think I put some stuff up there last night, but I don't even know if this one. It's so the channel's so new. It's not set up to do any of that stuff.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming though. So shout out to you,
man. Listen, y'all throw y'all cash up. Man, bump that. Throw y'all cash up there, man. Bump all that.
You got a cash app stream for the channel?
Well, Footballville has a cash app.
I said your cash app, ain't you? Or cash app IOD.
Really never had a cash app. My cash app IOD. So now, bro, like, listen, we was on the sideline, and I'll recap, man. The first thing I noticed was this: when they got off the bus. That's the first thing I noticed. When they got off the bus, they looked focused. You know what I'm saying? They looked focused. They looked focused. It's almost like you could see it. They look focused. They look like a unit. They didn't look like last year. Last year they seemed to be, but that was after I guess that was after Texas A&M when I got to see them, and I thought, but they looked focused. They looked like a unit. Dudes had on these big old chains. Man, these dudes getting bread. Fool. Y'all saw Najee Kelly chain. I don't even know what it say. Oopa Loopa. I don't know what it say. Man got diamonds around his neck, man. Man, so they're different athletes. These dudes gonna look like pros. They're gonna look like pros getting off that bus in a few years. Watch. Boy, they got the big chains on, big chunk. They got the Gucci Cartier, Balenciaga say. But when they got off, they look focused to me. That's the first thing I noticed. We didn't get to see much of them in warm up because of the lightning delay. They were in, and then once they lifted the delay, the game was about to start. That's kind of how they do it. They come out, they warm up a little bit, but you don't get to see them walking around without the equipment and all of that stuff on. So we didn't get that experience. We was trying to get Gabbert, the quarterback. We wanted to get him on video for talking shit. But he didn't come out. We didn't see him come out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He was warming up in the hallway or something. They warmed up for maybe 15 minutes, and then I looked at Twan and I said, "Well, this thing about to start. Like, shit, they playing the goddamn intro video. You know what I'm saying? They about to start." And then it started, and it didn't take long, bro. It didn't take long to see that at least the offense was on some different shit.
I would argue the entire team's on different. I don't know. Hey,
talk to me.
For my real quick, for me, what I saw from a fan's perspective on TV, you know what I'm saying? Team looked focused from the opening kick. Like Richard, who should, in my opinion, be returning all kicks, took that kick, hit the sideline, you know, got some space, and then ran through the punter's face. And I'm like, I can't remember the last time I saw somebody do something like that.
I forgot that happened. He damn so did. Huh?
Yeah, he like, and I think people talk about that all the time. Like the best Canes team, they from the opening kickoff, he said, "Tell them like, you're not coming up in here on no fuck shit, for lack of a better term. Like, you better come ready to play, or it's gonna be a long night for you." And I haven't. It's been a long time since I felt that. So, go ahead, X, you muted.
He set the tone for the game with that kick return. Like you say, he got into open field, and instead of him just running straight out of bounds, you know, he like, man, you finna get hit. I'm finna hit you. You know what I'm saying? And then you get the crowd like, whoa, and they kind of like set it off right there. You know, I didn't go to the field. I went. I'm actually downstairs where the photographer's at, because I went to go get the roster. And then that's when I'm watching it on TV, and I'm like, okay, the game has started. I'm looking at the offensive line go out there. I say, well, goddamn, did they grow? Like they grew since practice. Like they got bigger. But just looking at the other team, it made them look like, oh, damn, well, we so massive. You know what I'm saying? And Mario did exactly what he wanted to do, man. He wanted to get some big boys to basically install bullying, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's what we're gonna call it, because it looked like the offensive line just controlled from first snap to last snap, every snap of the game offensively. They looked focused. Outside of them coming late to the Kane walk, but they was focused all day. They was focused to the game.
You muted, Street. KB, what you got?
What you got out of it, KB? Yeah.
I saw a lot of things that were good. I saw some things that maybe kind of ominous to a person like me. You know, I like to call it when I see it and before I see it. But overall, I think it was a change in tone. Like, we came out with a tone set and mindset. They did that. I didn't see any slack. Like the defense, offense, they moved the ball. We'll get to that later, but they moved the ball. Everybody looked sound. I ain't see a lot of stupidness going on out there, a lot of chippiness, so I think that cultural change we're definitely starting to see. That hunger we're starting to see. The fighting for jobs or having jobs to hold off. I think this was an eye opener for a lot of people when you saw the running back stats at halftime, and then by the third quarter, after Chaney did his thing. You saw the interview with Fletcher after the game, and he was basically talking about competition. And I'm like, yeah, that room right there is feeling it already. Because if Harris go back and say, man, I had a good game, but then he look at the stats, man, he was right behind me. And then he was right behind him. Now I got to keep going. And then this other person is like, dang, I did good, but look how good he did. And it's, you know, that room is there right now. You know, and I think everybody's going to get a chance to eat. And the same thing with the defense. The defense, everybody's going to get a chance to participate and do something nice, because Wesley didn't even start, but you saw Wesley's play. And I think that's going to keep a lot of people happy that, okay, I might not be starting or getting this and that, but when I get in, I get a chance to make plays. So I saw a whole lot of good out there. It was solid football. It wasn't spectacular, but it was solid.
What? Nah, KB ain't letting you off the hook like that, dog. Like what? What didn't you like? Like what you saw that stuck
The
out to you?
offense.
Okay, so
The
everybody
offense.
in here, if all of the villains and people who may be new in here, KB is our offensive guy. KB say Lashley suck. KB say the guy who invented the run and shoot suck. I don't know who KB like. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to us about the offense though.
It was pretty pedestrian, like overall, but the execution of the run game and the run fits and the run scheme, that was just like that was perfect, man. I was worried about, we want to get rid of everything Gaddis, but I was worried about like we need to keep his run concepts because we wasn't running the ball like that before he got here. And when I say running the ball like that, I don't mean numbers. I mean the things that we asked our linemen to do, the positions that we put them in to be successful. Um, Cooper got a penalty last night, and I think he might be in line for All American season if he plays like that. And I'm saying that for a guy that got a damn penalty. That boy was moving. That boy was a road grader. It was sweet. All that was sweet. When it comes to the offense, yeah, I'm gonna lean with Medi a little bit. I'm gonna worry about TVD until I see better. But then the play calling, Miami Ohio missed a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
Not saying that stuff wasn't creative and all that stuff, but they just kind of missed a lot of tackles. And we're not getting away with this kind of stuff with better teams. We're gonna have to do something, but I understand this game we didn't have to do something. But the fact that we went into the game, we went to halftime and the score was what, like 13-3, 10-3. I'm seeing us not finish off drives. And, man, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I mean,
so go ahead, X.
X got a retort.
Everybody talking about TVD had a bad game. TVD missed 5 passes. I mean, is he supposed to be 22 for 22? Is he supposed to be perfect? I mean, god damn, like
KB, you didn't say he had a bad game, right?
No.
I didn't say he had a bad. I think he
okay,
responded to the crowd and everything like that. He didn't have a bad game, but
he's something wrong with the man. Was 17 for 22 for what, 200 and something yards, a touchdown. He had that one bad interception. He didn't float the ball. The defense just was in the right place, in the right position at the right time.
I would
Not
say
taking up for TVD, but come on, man, like damn, nobody's 22 for 22.
I would say that. I would say.
Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick, Tree. I would say that.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of Tyler's biggest critics, but yeah, that defender just made a great play on that ball because that dude was in drop coverage out of the play, and somehow just turned around and just made a good play. So I'm not totally holding on to that. Maybe Jacoby should attack the ball a little bit more, but I will give credit where it's due on that one. Don't let him off the hook. I'm still on his ass. I'm on your ass, Tyler.
it was a bad throw, bro. Like I don't know how he didn't see that, man. Like if he's coming all the way across the field, somebody's that. Nah, I'm not doing that. That was a bad throw. I'm not gonna say whether he floated or not. It was a bad throw.
He left his guy. That quarterback left his guy and ran and got that ball. I mean, is that a bad throw? If I'm not even. That's not even my man. But I go leave my man to go get that interception. That's a bad throw.
But he had to be in the vicinity. He got to be in the vicinity to get that, right? So you got to know some other man over there.
I think it was either throw late or he didn't put it out there enough. I think if you would just Jacoby.
Yeah, he didn't put it out. He should have led it towards the end zone.
Right. But it was just one that was just one interception. So KB, nothing wowed you about the offense. Not even the offensive line. Like nothing. Nothing wowed you. Like
no, I said that. Yeah, but I said that the offensive line. I pointed out the run blocking. I should have pointed out that blocking overall. The offensive line. Yeah. But the play calling, I don't think TVD was as crisp as I would have liked to have seen. I thought it was important to come out and establish him and let him start. But again, Streeter, you said 220. I don't know if we're gonna make that 220 again the way that looked. But I thought it was important to do what we didn't do last year. Come out in those weak games and establish TVD, get him throwing, get him going, and get him, instead of just, this is what they're gonna give us, let's take it and get up out of here. I don't whatever.
So I think TVD is. I don't think TVD is that first rounder that we thought he was. I don't think so. He caught fire with Rhett Lashley. I think he's somewhere in between, you know what I'm saying, last year and that first rounder. I think he's somewhere in between there. There's certain things he just like. Does he ever move out the pocket? He moves a little bit out the pocket.
Yeah, he did a good play. He did a good one last night.
On X on that bailout.
Yeah. I just think I think he's. I don't think he's the first rounder we thought he was, but he's definitely our best quarterback, and he's definitely should give us an edge in a lot of these games we're going into. Period. One play what didn't surprise me was that first pass to Kobe Young was a touchdown. And I have been telling you guys, Kobe Young looked stronger. He looked more confident. He looked like the star in the room. And for some reason, when the lights go on, bro, he plays that way. Last night he looked hard to bring down. I was afraid because when they took him out the game, I thought he was hurt. Like he was out the game for like the whole second quarter.
Yeah, he was on the bike.
He was?
Yeah, put Isaiah Horton in for him. Yeah, put Isaiah Horton in for him.
But Kobe Young, Kobe Young definitely looked tough. So what about the defense? I mean, we talked about the defense. We thought that Guthrie everybody was smiling in all the podcasts we did. I said it was going to be fun to watch them play. They said they were going to be moving around. What about the defense, X?
Man, I love the defense. Defense through 4 quarters until like maybe 6 minutes left in the game. The defense gave up maybe 140 some yards, 150 some yards.
Yeah.
Through 4 quarters into the 4th quarter, and then that last little drive they got 75 yards, which they didn't even score on. So it's like the defense did their thing. The one thing I was kind of disappointed a lot at was the tackles for loss. I thought we would have a lot more tackles for loss. We didn't. I think we only had hold on, let me look at the stats. I think we had like 6.
Their line actually held up.
We had like, well, to be honest, we got pressure. We just wasn't getting to the quarterback. We was getting like Ruben Bain was causing havoc. Jaden Wayne, surprisingly, he got in there. He was in the backfield a lot. You know, Najee Kelly. They was holding the hell out of Leonard Taylor yesterday. I know he was kind of mad.
I was gonna say that. I was like, he was held a lot. We had 6 tackles for loss for 23 yards. A lot of them, I think, Mama Kelly had pointed out, like the play where Taylor got the 15-yard penalty afterwards. Like 3 linemen got held. Ruben Bain, Najee and LT got held. And
on that same play. And I was like, well, damn, they ain't gonna call it. Oh man, what is they?
And I don't know what type of refs we got next week, if they SEC refs or not, but that's definitely going to be a point of interest if that quarterback's sitting back there too long. Because
and then you know what, Street? The one thing I was most excited about, man, was tackling. Man, these guys are really tackling. They really tackle. You know, that was a thing. Like for years, we like, well, we can't tackle for shit.
Yeah, we'll get a pick, but we can't tackle.
They tackle good yesterday, man. I don't think I've seen many missed tackles. I think probably 1 or 2, but
on the opposite side, we didn't talk about this on offense. I think someone pointed out there wasn't a single drop pass yesterday.
No,
they dropped the pass yesterday.
Wow.
Did Redden play?
I don't remember if it was him or Latin that got in. They got in, but I don't think
they did. Redden? Yeah, Redden got it. He was in the game. He didn't get a target, but he was in the game. Remember, Redden changed his number to 13.
And that was throwing me off. I was trying to find everybody's numbers last night. They killed me.
Thinking it's 82 or 80 something, and he's 13 actually. So that's why 13. That's Michael Redden. That's y'all guy right there.
Bro, I was like, who is number 9? I'm like, who the heck? Oh, Najee. Man, it was crazy, man. So yeah.
Redden changed them to number 13.
Hey, Street, let me ask you this. So you know, last year when we played Florida State, The fans went crazy about the defensive coordinator making the call. He called the defensive play where the defensive lineman
I saw it.
coverage. Yesterday, the defensive coordinator called the play. Najee Kelly dropped back into coverage, but Najee Kelly made the play.
Right.
He had the PBU.
So is it a bad call that you drop a defensive lineman in coverage, or was it the right call to drop?
Well, there's a
specific defensive lineman in coverage?
There's a difference. There you go. It's a difference between D tackle and defensive end dropping in coverage. There's a huge difference.
Facts. More athletic body type. This should be common sense, but I'll break it down for those at home who may not be as savvy. Like a defensive tackle's body type is significantly different from a defensive lineman. Not always. Sometimes you got some tweeners like a Akeem Massador, or Shamar Stewart. But for the most part, you want to drop a 220, not 225, like 255 guy a lot back in coverage, not a 280-pound to 300-pound guy. That doesn't make any sense. So once again, like we talked about in the pregame, that Jack roll, him and Jafari Harvey made plays in coverage. Like that's what it's supposed to look like, because you're helping build them for a 3-4 look to make them more marketable for the next level for the league. If you can play, that now opens you up to be recruited by any defensive coordinator, because you can play with your hand in the dirt, or you can drop back in coverage and watch the quarterback and make plays on the ball. Chess, not checkers. This is what it's about.
Well, some of it's sometimes it's refreshing to see common sense. Like X is just saying, you don't drop the D tackle, you drop the D end, right? Same thing, but same thing with you saying, Maddie. You let runners run. So like Jafari Harvey making plays in coverage. Okay, you put them in the right coverages and allow him to, be able to contribute in that way. You're not to bring the name up, but you're not just you're not gonna, hey, Corey Flagg, you go out and cover. No, Jafari Harvey can run. He can actually move. Let's let him cover, but cover certain distances. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all paid attention, but the plays where Wesley and Francis was in and they dropped in coverage, it was perfect. Nobody was open. You let runners run. You do things with people. What Warren Sapp said, we came on our show. He said, he said, I got one request. Do not ask me to do something I'm not capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what Guidry is doing. You're capable, you're going to do it. You're not capable, you're not going to do it. So common sense sometimes is just refreshing.
I guess people forgot that in a scheme that he wasn't built for, playing with his hand in the dirt, like people seem to forget that Jafari Harvey got a pick 6 to his name. It's DBs on our roster who don't have that type of stat. Like, the man has a pick 6 as a defensive end.
Like, what is his position now?
It's the Jack.
Like a 3-4 linebacker.
It's Jack.
That was weird. That was weird to me how he looked.
He changes multiple fronts.
He looked smaller. He looked smaller, faster.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird to me.
Yeah.
He looked like his position. Like he looked smaller. He looked faster. He got a sack early. A lot of guys got
kind of like Gill out there, don't he?
Yeah.
Kind of like Gill out there.
About Bane looks really wide, bro.
You said wide?
Yeah.
Wild.
Is Bane eventually going to be a tackle? Like, Bane looks really big, bro. Like, out there.
I mean, no, he won't never grow into a tackle body. He'll be like, okay, that 3-4 defensive end that's playing, the defensive end, and the jack will be next to him. That's what Bane will be playing.
Yeah, that tweener. So here's what y'all gotta understand. When Morrow was going coordinator hunting last year, right, anticipatory season, he made it very clear. He said, I'm looking for somebody to give me multiple fronts. I want a multiple defense. Give me a 4-2-5 look, a 3-4, sometimes a 4-3 if you need to. 4-3s, people are kind of moving away from them because people just pass too often and you can't really stuff the box that well. So everybody's kind of understanding, like, okay, you got to kind of have, it got to become normal to have like a slot corner or a nickel or a money or whatever you call it. So what he did was he brought Steele in, who gave him a multiple front, but not to the extent that I think Mario wanted it. Bring Lance Guidry, and Guidry is giving you those looks. That's why he said, for those in the group me, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to those in the group me. Cam's pops came in there and said, Marvin said, like, hey, you got to play multiple like positions in his defense. Like you can't just play safety or outside boundary corner. Like you have to be able to be interchangeable. For one, they don't have the depth for it. But two, like I said, it makes you more marketable for the league. It expands your horizon. So now you're available to be to 32 teams instead of maybe just 11.
Right. No, that's I mean, not totally understood.
Yeah, that's the key to this that's gonna be successful for this season. Even yesterday, you just look at it, it's all talk. So James is gonna be playing linebacker, star money, whatever they want to call it. But then when you watch the game yesterday, James Williams is playing safety. It's like he didn't really have to play linebacker or none of that yesterday because the team from Ohio didn't cause a threat where Gilgy needed him now. You know what I'm saying? But you can guarantee next week you'll see James close to the line of scrimmage or, stuff like that. So it's like, multiple defenses, even with the offense, I'm saying we didn't need to do anything to impress. We just went out there and say we are the better team. We'll just run our plays. You got to stop it.
Right.
And that's how you won the game yesterday. It wasn't like, oh, damn, well, they stopping our offense. Okay, coach, you got to drop some plays, coach. No, these are the plays. They got to stop it, but they can't because we are just the superior team. And that's how you won the game yesterday, 38-3.
And I like to point out, those are the game. And I think there was a lot of skepticism, a lot of like, Middle Tennessee was like, the knife in our back. Like a lot of people was kind of questioning. Even me, my score prediction did not have them. I had them getting like 14 of them plays where we have a slip up in defense and then someone gets behind somebody. But we all kind of overshot our predictions, if we're being honest.
I mean, I didn't get close. I didn't get close to the scoring, but defensively, I said we was giving up 6 points. I said they
did.
But in the
what
past,
was my prediction?
We've always been skeptical on we put these up. Predictions.
We all overshot my ass.
I was close.
All right. Just to recap.
I think scoring was 37 or something like that.
I was close on offense. Yeah, I was close on offense, not defense.
Up like 17 points. I was like, man, I don't think they're gonna score that many points at all.
Yeah, you was right, boy.
Let's see. All right, so predictions were KB had 45-17 Miami, the real Miami. Street had 35-6.
Ooh, that's close.
Oh, there it is right now.
Rich had 42-10. Rich had 42-10. X had 56-6, and I had 52-14.
And X didn't want to give him that 6. X wanted to go 0.
Yeah, I didn't want to give them, man, but I like, man, they'll kick a field goal in the fourth quarter, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Hey,
so I got a question.
Real quick. Let me just say this. We are at, if I'm not mistaken, I think we 7 viewers away from 500 subs.
Right. Good one.
Which is literally like when is officially live? What, last week?
3 days ago.
Yeah,
2 days ago.
It wasn't last week. Yeah.
It was Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
One of those days.
The first show was Tuesday.
For the people that's not paying attention, like this is a new YouTube channel. We added it to the Footballville family, so you got to go subscribe again. So for the people that's not paying attention, that this is a new channel, you got to go subscribe, hit the alert bell again, and hit the like button, man. We got 100 people in here and 35, 36 likes. I mean, that's all the free stuff we asking y'all to do. If you want to hit the like button, then you just a hater. If you're here just listening, like, man, I ain't hitting no like button, man. They ain't got no Cubans up there, man. I ain't hitting no like button. You just hating, dog. You know what I'm saying? You're just a hater if you won't hit the like button for free. You know what I'm saying? That's some hating stuff. But if you new, make sure, pay attention to the subscription. Look and see if you subscribe. When we say subscribe, it's free. On YouTube, it's free. So look at it. Make sure you subscribe because this is a new Caneville YouTube channel. And this is not the Footballville channel with the 76,000 followers and stuff like that. So what else out there though? Okay, so let's jump into quarterbacks. All right, so I'm gonna put out there the information I know, and then you guys can just process it how you want to process it.
Yes.
Going into this game, if you're paying attention, even in the Discord, I told you guys Emory may play first. Huge Ja'Cory fan. You know what I'm saying? But I told you guys, Emory may play first. Now, whether you were listening or not, that's all y'all. What's happening here, and I'm going to put this out there, and we can just see how everybody feel about it. Jakari never got to learn how to, and we talk about this with the villains in the Discord. Jakari knows Jakari knows he didn't come from the place where he had the resources to be trained to play quarterback. He is an exceptional athlete. He wants to spend his time, and he wanted to spend his time, like he said in his first press conference, learning how to play the position. Now we're a year removed from that. It's just been a year, and him and his family wants him to learn how. 500 subs, that's what's up. Want him to learn how to play quarterback and be a better passer to go with his legs and the other attributes that he has. So much that they're willing to say, hey, listen, sit down, get your red shirt back if you can. But first and foremost, you need to be a better quarterback in order to get to the next level. Emory comes along, who looks serviceable, looked damn good when he got in last night, you know what I'm saying? And Emory may be able to be quarterback number 2. Jakari and his camp doesn't care. They know first and foremost, Jakari needs to be a better passer, and this is not about UM. It ain't about anybody. Our guy needs to become a better passer to eventually get to the next level. So we'll sit. Jakari knew that Emory may go in first last night because the fact of the matter is Jakari is the one with the experience, and if he has to come in, it won't be in the game like that. It'll be Texas A&M, Clemson, because he's the one with the experience. I'm going to say that to say this. I have never seen this before. I've never seen it before to where somebody, is it smart? I think it's very mature of the Jakari camp to recognize, hey, listen, don't just send my guy out there as a second, third running back and burn up his college career. And now you send him to the league hoping he gets drafted, which those guys are getting drafted. All you got to do is have a strong arm and some legs, and those guys are getting drafted, but they don't want to go. They don't want to go to the league like that. I've never seen this before. If Emory comes in a few games, even if it's garbage time, and he looks good, the crowd is going to turn on Jakari, I believe. And it's going to be now, two sides to it. It's good for the University of Miami because you're always trying to figure out the quarterback position. And if you got 2 in the chute behind your number 1 guy, it's great for them. You know what I'm saying? But I've never seen this before, KB. And I expressed this. I've never seen it before. Can it happen? Can it work? Is it the smart thing to do? At the end of the day, he does need to be a better passer. I've never seen this before. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Real quick, Kate, before you give your what's called, I would say this. In classic Susan fashion, post-game interview. Comes out, is he the second string quarterback? If y'all pay attention to the answer from that dumbass question, Marvin said today, yes, he was. He was second string quarterback today. And if that ain't the verification that you need to solidify what Street's saying, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Look at his history.
It's hard to see. It's hard to see, Matty.
Look at his history. Look at what he's done. Look at where his development has been. Look at what happened last season. And then hey, that's all we can say. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, KB.
I mean, just to reiterate with everybody.
Let me add this before you go, KB. I spoke to Jakari Camp yesterday. They told me, I hope Jakari doesn't play tonight with confidence. Don't be burning my dog red shirt to be no goddamn option quarterback. I hope he doesn't play tonight. That's how confident they are in their process. Go ahead, KB.
No, just reiterate what everybody said. It's a dicey thing, and like you said, Street. It hasn't been done before. But if anybody recall, X and I were advocating, let's do something to the effect of whatever we got to do. Let's not burn Jacurri's red shirt, right? So
Right.
it didn't surprise me what's going on, whatever. But like Streeter said, it's a dangerous game for the family. I'm not sitting there saying that they made a promise to them or anything like that, but man, you can't go on these coaches and people's word, man, and saying, yeah, man, he's gonna be all right, and it's gonna be this and it's gonna be that. Um, Rashad McCants and Patrick Beverly had a little get into it about that the other day, basically saying Rashad McCants was like they promised him the spot. Beverly was like, nah, nah, nah. Y'all have to see it, but anyway, you can't go off people's word and all those things. But again, I should be saying they're thinking it's just better for Ja'Cory, period, because it's like, okay, well, we'll transfer with our red shirt, or we'll red shirt and then battle out whatever they're thinking, and they're confident in it. I'm with them. I'm confident in it too, but it is a gamble. But I'm okay with it because, in my opinion, if TVD goes down, Curry is going to be your starter. That's my opinion on it. So I get it. I'm okay with the game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if TVD goes, I think if TVD goes down, Ja'Cory comes in the game. But you're right, bro. Like you can't really go off what these coaches are saying all the time. Sometimes it's just game. They're so used to having to tell parents what they need to hear to get by. Sometimes it's just game. But
Oh, Street. Before you finish, let me say this real quick because I said it when we did our other show. For y'all still, because people start to throw Ja'Cory away. Like, yeah, he can't throw, man. It's better. Go back again and watch the Georgia Tech game the boy started. And ain't no way you're gonna come out of that game and say, yeah, he can't throw a lick. I mean, we act like this dude is throwing balls in the ground and stuff. Like, y'all need to go back and watch that game before y'all continue to make comments on the Ja'Cory thing. But it's a great problem to have as long as we can keep both of them. So go ahead, Street.
Right.
Sorry.
Somebody, Chris Young said the way TVD holding the ball, he going down. That's another thing. I don't know if TVD makes it through, you know what I'm saying, the end of the season, just for this reason alone. But bro, listen, if y'all in here, the 130 people in here, that's the information. Do what you want to do with it. You can get emotional. I know right now everybody's saying, "Oh, Emory done jumped Ja'Cory. That boy gonna transfer." I mean, the emotion. People love. But what if you got a guy like Mehdi said that's dedicated to the program, right? Wants to get better, and when you see that guy, you say, "Oh, he trash. Get him out of here."
Street, you know Street. I got a question for you, Street. Are we still having this conversation? How important is this whole who is number two? Because I heard somebody talk. Who was this? What's his name? I forgot his name. What reporters doing after the game are talking about the second string, like made it say Susan asking second string quarterback questions. Is this that big of an issue if it's two prototypical quarterbacks going at it? Because I think it's just that the target of a running quarterback is so boom or bust. I think that's what makes it. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes it so.
So you're saying if Ja'Cory was the starter and it was TVD and Emory battling and we didn't know who was better, that's what you're saying?
I don't think anybody would care. Yeah, I don't think anybody would care. And I'm not. I know everybody think I'm leaning to race or no, I'm not at all. I'm just saying the boom and bust factor for a quote unquote running quarterback is so huge because it could either be Cam Newton or it could be whoever the worst running quarterback you ever saw was. So I think that's what makes it such a polarizing debate. I think it was just too, like you said, if Ja'Cory was the starter and it was just TVD and Emory, I don't think we care about the number two spot after a win. Yeah. So
even so, just remember they both get they both can play 4 games and both still redshirt. You know what I'm saying? So does it matter that Emory plays yesterday?
No.
Maybe next week Ja'Cory Brown is the second guy. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Like they both have 4 games. So the goal is for TVD to play the whole season. And
what's the dude's name that does he does it with Joseph Gaki, Don Bailey Jr.?
Yeah.
He came out and said, what does it matter if a guy's listed on the depth. He said that just this past week. If a guy's listed on the depth chart and he's one, but he played 13 snaps and the guy behind him played 48. Does the starter matter? No. Like they're gonna put the best people on the field depending on the situation. Like,
I mean, remember I keep saying it. Like, does it matter that they start the game? The most important thing matter is when they finish the game. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine yesterday if the score was 38-35. You think they would have put Emory Williams in the game? Like,
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now we not even having a discussion about who went in at second quarterback. We discussing why the fuck the score was 38-35. You know what I'm saying? But
he just said somebody just said that they said that they did the same thing with Jake and TVD. No, they didn't. That conversation didn't start until it was time for one of them to actually be a starter. Like what it was behind King, yeah, you might have talked about it, but nobody came in after games. None of these reporters, Susan, nobody came in after games talking about who had the number 2 spot once the season started. Nobody, no.
TVD was the number 2 guy regardless. And then once King got hurt, it was TVD show. Like, I don't even know. That wasn't even the topic. Everybody
right,
said
that conversation. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's a good way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? When everything's going right, you know, it's let's see what this guy got, and you know, when it's not, you know, or like I actually just said the example, if this is a 3-point, which historically in recent history, that's the biggest thing that I'm looking at. In recent history, we up the next day like, yeah, we won, but everybody had that uneasy feeling like when it's an Appalachian State, when it's a Southern Miss, when it's like the quarterback starting isn't the issue. It's this lingering. Like we won, but I don't feel great about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so listen, okay. The one thing that we needed the most was to come out of this game without any major injuries. Nobody was majorly injured.
It's a good caveat.
We won the game. We know we dominated the game from start to finish. Did we mess up certain things? Yes, of course. But we know we dominated from start to finish. We put up offensively, 493 yards to their 215. And again, like I say, they really had 150 something. You know what I'm saying? They got that last drive. They got all them yards on that last drive. So we dominated the game. TVD was 17 for 22. He missed 5 passes. The run game was dominant. I mean, I put the stats up there on Twitter. We ran the ball for 36 times for almost 300 some yards? I mean, not 300, almost 250 some yards. We averaged almost 6.5 yards per carry throughout the whole game. That's damn good. You know what we averaged last year and the year before that per carry? 3.5. We done went up 3 yards per carry already. You know what I'm saying? So if that's bad, then I don't know what to tell y'all, man. If that's bad, then I guess I'll take it.
Yeah. Real quick, Kyle wanted me to point this out because I think it's probably one of the more telling things of last night. But yeah, Kyle, go ahead and elaborate a little bit on what you saw from the offensive line. I mean, you and Ian saw from the offensive line.
Ian got the best comment of the night. I'm gonna read it out loud for those who might be cooking or something. Ian say this offensive line was pulling, trapping, stunting, the most athletic fat people we ever had.
Man, let me tell you something. Hold on, real quick, Kyle. I want to point this out.
You got it.
When I don't know if you noticed this, but when Kobe caught that tunnel screen, do you understand how fast Matt Lee snapped the ball and then got out in front of him to block?
Oh my gosh! I was saying the same. I was like, "Damn, how he got out there so fast?" He the goddamn center, and it's like, soon as he got the ball, he threw it. So you don't expect Matt Lee to get out there that fast, but he got out there fast, and I'm like,
my eyes are watering up, dog, because I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
The other play when I think this is when Mark Fletcher scored when Cooper pulled. Cooper said Cooper's so big the guy didn't even want to touch it. He was like, "Man, all right, you got it."
And then I got to point it out, Cam McCormick, man, that's exactly what we said in the pregame. Why he was here. He is absolutely phenomenal as a blocker, getting upfield, sealing blocks. You know what I'm saying? So you mute yourself, X.
Yeah, man. Look. Cooper is impressive. That's a 3-star, fellas. That's a 3-star. Y'all crazy about these 5 stars. Cooper's a 3-star. And he's impressive. He might be one of our best
American. I'm giving it.
He might be one of our best run blocking offensive linemen we have on the team. He was impressive, man. And then just take it to your head. The head coach is Mario Cristobal. He's a former offensive line. He wants to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Don't always expect TVD to throw 50 passes per game. Don't expect that. You know what I'm saying? If that run game is popping, you getting 6.5 yards per carry, they gonna run the ball, man. A team just has to stop it. And if a team can't stop it, guess what?
So X, are you saying that Street was on to something last stream or last?
No. I'm not saying he was on to something. I mean,
give that man some credit, man.
Okay, but every team we play is not Miami, Ohio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next week we got A&M. Are we going to be able to average 6.5 yards per carry against A&M?
Hopefully,
yeah. But if we don't, guess what? TVD gonna throw that ball 40 sometimes a game.
But yeah, did we really touch on the defense, or we need a?
Hold on, before we leave the O-line, I think the O-line is a good sign.
Yeah, go ahead.
As much as I felt like the offensive, as much as I felt that the offensive performance was pedestrian for me, not performance, but what was called was pedestrian. You could see how dynamic things could be by the way he's using the line. There's a lot of misdirection going on with that line. Like on a lot of those screens and things like that, our left guard came out and pulled to the other side, taking the screen to his side. So I'm looking at things like that and watching the traps and watching the seals. Arnez Cooper is so impressive. He consistently got to the second level to the point where he could get to the linebackers and get to the safeties. And I'm like, that's a big dude. This dude was 400 pounds when he came in here, and he's moving like that. I saw Rivers get out on one. I'm just like, oh man, I love the way that they're using these guys, because it wasn't just for the run fits. It was for different things, and the way they got them doing misdirections. Man, that's impressive. That was very impressive about Dawson. So
what about the old fella? Did anybody notice how good he was blocking yesterday?
That's what Medi just said. Like, yeah, he came in and
Cam was doing his thing. Cam was doing his damn thing.
McCormick was he was almost looking like offensive lineman the way he was leaning on his blocks. I'm like, damn, he kind of like blocking like an offensive lineman. When they block you and then try to throw you to the ground, it's like he was doing that. And I was like, oh boy, that's.
X, what was the other observation you made about some people, some linemen with some numbers?
So Matthew McCoy and Sampson, they put them into a package, like a heavy, it's called heavy set package, where they come in as tight ends. Matthew McCoy had on number 81. Sampson had 86. Obviously Matthew McCoy, he did get a flag on the false start, but on the plays they both got in, that was positive plays. They got, they gained some yards rushing the ball when they both got in. So that's just something that, hey, I want to get my future tackles in the game with the starter of the line. Mario did it. They was able to do that.
Exactly. Someone asked KB a question. Does it make sense to get in your bag if you see you can get whatever you want?
See, there we go with that excuse again. I'm not going to do it, Don. We said it on the space. Steve Kim said it. I said it. We're not going to do that. Every year we come out in that first game, things look a little lower than expectations, and we're just like, oh, it's such and such. We're not going to go into the bag for them. Or, nah, they just wanted to get the running game going. And see, I'm not doing that. I saw a duck, and I called it a duck. We're going to see next game. So.
But listen to me, KB. I don't recall us having this much offensive success in a while. Is it true? Like, if you could just line up and do what you want to do, right? Do you just because we're having success? It's not like we were seeing 3 and outs and we were struggling, right? It was just success, right?
So it depends on who you are, right? It depends on who you are. When you go into a scrimmage, you don't just look for is my offense.
Oh, nope, we lost KB. Oh, KB back.
and get everybody in the rhythm. When you line up to play Miami of Ohio,
you got kicked out. You might have to start over.
Okay. So I need to go back and come in, or like
no, you in, but just restate what you were saying. Kicked you out and then brought you back in.
Okay, so what I was saying was like when you go to a scrimmage, right? You don't just look and see if your team is moving the ball up and down the field. You scrimmage for a reason. You're trying to install packages. You're trying to see what works, what doesn't work. You're trying to get guys in rhythm to get to the season. When you schedule a Miami of Ohio, if you are the University of Miami in Florida, this is a scrimmage that you have scheduled. Bethune was a scrimmage that you have scheduled. UAB was a scrimmage that you have scheduled. You do not go into those games and say, we just trying to get through. No, you're looking for guys to play, develop, get better. You're looking for your system and cohesion. So you do that when you see, oh, okay, we do have control of this game. Let's get to certain things. That doesn't mean let's get to the trick play we've been working on, yada, yada, yada. No, let's get my guys in rhythm. Let's see if TVD is exactly comfortable with the offense when the bullets are live. And that's what you always talk about, Street, the live bullets. We're going to wait to game 2 to call that live bullets. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't.
You're saying, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, you're saying it wasn't, the offense wasn't good? That's what you're saying? Like the offense wasn't good?
No, I didn't say, no. I didn't say that. We're talking about the strategy, the schematics, and what we're trying to do here. Like what Don is saying, if you're in control, why get to your other stuff? I was just explaining why you get to your other stuff. That's why you get these teams, these Bethunes, and you pay them to come play you. That's why you get Miami of Ohio before you get into ACC play or before you get to Texas A&M. Like you wouldn't have scheduled Texas A&M and Florida State back to back. No, not for your first game, especially not for the first 2 weeks. You schedule Miami of Ohio because you want to work out the kinks. Go out there and work out the kinks. Don't just get a W. Like, nah. So I'm not going to give them that excuse. I'm not saying that there's not more. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying from what I saw, I saw the same kind of flat offense in calling.
You just expected the offense to be more.
Yeah, I wanted to see more. I wanted to see them do more. I want to see more throwing from TVD, more down the field. Let's get the receivers going, all that kind of stuff. I want to see a complete package. That's why you play Miami of Ohio.
I'm with you. I would have liked to see more, but again, you know, we threw the ball 25 times. 3 drop. 5 missed completions throughout the whole game. We ran the ball 36 times, so you got 61 plays. So to say that you have maybe I would say a 75% success rate of running an offense that whole entire game. So why would you need to do more when it's just, hey man, we get
because I just said it. You don't play them to win. You don't play Miami of Ohio just to get a win. That's not why you put them on your schedule.
So I mean, but yesterday it wasn't even a play to win. We dominated the game from start to finish. I don't know if that was play to win, then I mean they had no opportunity.
We played that game. We got in there and got the W and left, correct?
Yeah.
Right. That's not why you play them. You try to work stuff out. You're trying to, especially with new coordinators, you're trying to get your stuff flowing and get. That's just my opinion. That's why
you play that game in hopes to not come out with a major injury, which is what we did. We didn't have no major injury because guess what? Y'all keep saying it's the biggest game of the season this week, this upcoming Saturday. I mean, so is it?
Right. And you got to prepare for it, though, don't you? You have to prepare for it. You got to get out there and let it rip.
I told my homeboy when I was walking out the stadium, I was like, look, he like, yeah, he ain't impressed. I say, well, look, if we beat them 100-0, y'all gonna say, oh, that's just a team from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? We beat them 38-3. Oh man, I ain't impressed. I mean,
both making fair points.
It's a lose-lose situation for Miami. It's like supposed to be.
I know. That's why I said. That's why I say I'm not giving them an excuse. That's just my opinion on it. But did I not say this before the game started? I said this in the space 2 weeks ago. Steve Kim said the same thing because every year we did it with UAB, we did it with Bethune, we did it against Southern Miss. Now we're doing it against Miami of Ohio. Every year it's the same type of excuse, or it's just an excuse as to why we're not what they say blurred.
UAB and Southern Miss kind of look like they could have beat us. that team yesterday had no chance. It was no chance at all.
And that's the point I was making is that
like they could have beat us if they had a few more players. UAB could have beat us if they had a few more players. This team yesterday, they had no opportunity. It was
but we look like that versus UAB and Southern Miss because of what we were doing, just trying to line up and run the ball. We didn't go out there and say we need to revitalize the TVD that we had last year. That would have been a different game against Southern Miss. And the UAB last year supposed to be this offensive genius. That's why we was upset because you weren't doing nothing.
We couldn't run the ball against them. Remember, we was on the sideline against Southern Miss, and Southern Miss players was like, "Man, these niggas sorry." And I was like, "There's no way Southern Miss supposed to be talking like that to Miami."
That wasn't Southern Miss, was it?
That was Southern Miss. Remember, because that was
Middle Tennessee, wasn't it? That was Middle Tennessee.
No, it wasn't Middle Tennessee because Southern Miss. Frank Gore's son played for Southern Miss. It was Southern Miss.
Yeah, and we kind of shut him down. Like he did nothing. Remember, he did nothing.
He did nothing, but it took us till the third quarter to say, "All right, man, we supposed to beat these guys." You know what I'm saying? UAB. It took us to the second quarter. So yesterday, that team had no opportunity. Like everything we ran was successful. I mean, obviously, we didn't score 100 points, but we won, man. I guess. I mean, hey, you're right. We should have scored 100 points. Shame on you.
I didn't say that.
Shame on you.
That was my. I didn't say that. I specifically said what I said. Every year we come out, we look at the offense. It's not about the stats at all. It's about the aesthetics and what we're actually trying to run, what we're trying to do. UAB, Southern Miss, that game. Those games weren't going to be in jeopardy either. The question was in those games and in this one, why are you not opening it up? And we make these excuses for why we're not opening it up. And then we wait till the end of the season. Then we say, damn, that wasn't the offense we thought we was getting.
Kyle,
but that's because leading up to stuff, we kept saying, we're saving. Oh, okay.
Kyle, so let me ask you something. I don't know if you remember this from last year. Do you remember when we played them cupcake teams? Josh Gaddis had an offense and we was like, oh, we were impressed. And then we were asking like mid to end of the season, where's this play? How come we don't do this no more? Do you remember that?
No, I remember we were impressed with his running game. I remember we were very impressed with his running game.
He had some impressive passing. I don't know if he made it. I don't know if there's something he just.
I don't know about that. I don't remember that one.
Well, there was some passing concepts. It was plays that we saw. We was like, oh, and then we.
You talking about his Michigan plays? You talk about his Michigan plays.
I don't know if they were Michigan. I don't know what they were, but I know he used them. And then for some reason, we never saw him again. And I was asking, I was going back watching film. And I was like, what happened to that play? Like there were things he was doing against Bethune-Cookman that I just never saw again. There were things he was doing against Southern Miss that I just never saw again. I was like, what happened to that? So I'm just trying to get your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I'm trying to understand. If he opened it up for that and then we never see it again, doesn't that make your point kind of moot? Because he basically wasted a bunch of plays that never got saw again. And I'm sure he was anticipating was going to get seen at Texas A&M. So he just kind of took a step back and was like, hey, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kind of go to what's comfortable.
It's kind of neither here nor there if he decides not to do it, right? But at the end of the day, he didn't open up anything for Bethune. He ran the ball a lot. You may have saw some plays like you saying. He did not open up against Bethune. He did not open up against Southern Miss. It was they was trying to get the run game going. And so we got to Texas. We ran on Texas. The problem was TVD couldn't connect with anybody. And that's the first time we said, oh man, we have a problem. Because we kept those first 2 or 3 games, we saving it. We saving it for Texas A&M. We don't need to let TVD. And it was kind of like TVD do look a bit shaky, but we ain't worried about that, man. These first couple of games, we got the Texas A&M. Oh shit, we ain't got a passing game. Even though we was moving the ball, we was actually moving the ball. Yeah, that's the first time we saw something was wrong with TVD in this offense. I don't want to wait to get to Texas A&M to see that again. I felt we should have just explored it in Miami so we can fix what we need to be fixed. If you did that those first 2 or 3 games last year, you would have went back to Lashley's offense against Texas A&M and not wait to North Carolina to go back to that offense when it's too late.
Hey, look, and I'm not saying this is you, but Cane fans, we Stop complaining. We sat through 20 years of horrible Kings football. Yeah, 3. Like, we sat through 20 years of horrible Canes football. Like, come on, we here now. We 38-3 yesterday. I mean,
where we at? Hold up now. We will. X, we here. We here. Where we arrived to?
Yeah, man. We look, 2023, man. Okay, forget 20 years of football. Last year, 2022, we sat through a horrible, the worst offense ever. And guess what? I don't even recall us putting up 493 yards throughout the whole season. Maybe one game. I think that was against North Carolina.
Yeah, because I know Todd threw for 400. He was crazy on that one.
Yeah, so
and Bethune cooked me. Probably.
And 493, nobody got hurt. Everything we did worked. I mean, so again, like I said, I don't think we needed to dig deep into any bag. It was like, man, coach, we know we better than them, man. Let's just physically out bully them. You know what I'm saying? Push them boys up and down the field. Let's have long drives. That's the one thing I really haven't seen UM do in a long time is basically have a long drive. Even when we had good offenses, our offense would always go quick, fast. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, hey, we can actually take 8 minutes off this clock. You know what I'm saying?
And the clock doesn't stop when it's first down anymore. So you can see the time of possession was
there you go, right? I was finna address that too. I was saying when I tweeted we ran 61 plays, somebody instantly say, oh, we need to get that to 70 to 80. I say, for what? Like, well, goddamn, you need 80 plays? Like, can we? But remember, I kept telling people once the clock stops, when the clock don't stop, it's taking plays off the team. So you're not going to have those 80, 90 play games no more. You're going to have 60 to 70 maybe.
Yeah. At the end of the day, man.
We can.
It's a long season.
We can move it along.
Yeah. I was going to say it's a long season. Point this way. Streeter want to go see Prime get kicked to sleep by TCU. So we appreciate everybody.
It's up to 21 points. 21 point TCU favorite over Prime them. Anybody taking them 21 points?
I will. I don't know. They lost a lot of guys. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would. One with TCU. Remember, TCU offensive coordinator left. He left. So I definitely want to take that 21.
Yeah. So appreciate everybody here.
TCU offensive coordinator left. No, listen. Before we get out of here, Matty, I went last night to Miami Ohio's press conference because I wanted to ask the quarterback like how he felt about which was the real Miami. You know what I'm saying? So I went in there and sat down, and their head coach was talking. And I didn't realize that on the road that they don't give you players. Like they didn't give us a player to talk to. The coach just talked and he left. So I went in there and I asked Cam, did he think about the quarterback saying what he said about Miami? He was like, he saw that. He was like, nah, but he ain't do nothing anyway. So.
Hey, shout out to you for livening up that stiff ass room because them questions sometimes you're like, man, I'm gonna turn this off.
Those questions are just to go with whatever they have to write for their job, and that's why the questions always seem like that. But it's just to go with whatever they have to write. They need to get the questions out, and so that's why it always seems like, why are they asking something so bland, or why are they asking something so? But that's just to go with their job. That's all. I don't got nothing to go right, so I can just sit in there and be Eddie Murphy or just make comedy. I'm just in there, you know.
We know y'all want to go ahead and watch the rest of these college football games so you control other fan bases. Make sure like, comment, subscribe.
A&M, we on y'all ass next week, boy.
Hey, I am hyped. We hit 500 subs, man. We appreciate the continued support.
Jamal Stewart, I know you the homie, man. Amari Daniels, I know y'all the homies, man. But payback, we finna put something on y'all ass on Saturday.
Let's get this work, man. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. We appreciate y'all. Any last thing y'all got to say before y'all get up out of here? I know you kind of just threw it in there, but
man, subscribe. Y'all subscribe and like the new page. Go keep following on Caneville IG, Caneville Twitter, Footballville. The new shirts are they out. You know what I'm saying? You can order them. I better order because if you order like Wednesday, you won't get your shirt before the game. Like, I'm gonna tell you that. So.
Yes, Texas A&M plays today. They play New Mexico State School at you keep not at A&M no more, man. You keep going. He not at A&M no more.
He left last year. Actually, yeah, he left last.
You keep you at Tulane,
We'll
right?
keep that.
Yeah, he's at Tulane.
Oh.
Tulane with Carson Haggard, baby, his homie.
Yeah. KB, what you got, man? Before we get up out of here and go watch these games.
Nothing, man. We appreciate y'all, man. I'm not a guy who usually looks like this, but I'm amazed at the viewership, man. We got our first one. We got like 1K views in like a day and a half, and now we got 500 subscribers up, man. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all in the chat. We appreciate y'all, man. We can't do nothing without y'all. So thank y'all, the villains. Thank y'all, man. We appreciate it.
I know it sounds like Kyle don't appreciate y'all. He just seemed like he's just a bitter guy at the offense, man. But it's a long season, man. We got time to go, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, go ahead and take us out of here, man. What you got?
Cal still thinks we got James Coley calling plays out here, man.
X ain't having it. X say we don't arrive. X say we don't arrive. So listen, man. Man. Until next time, bro, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and this is a new YouTube account, so make sure you subscribe and hit the alert bell. We got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of insight stuff coming. We was on the sideline last night. I mean, so we get access to a lot of people don't get, and that's our value here, to have real conversations. So, man, until next time, man, we out. Make sure y'all share the video for us, bro. All right, you got a Kane fan as a friend, share the video. We out of here.